What's up, guys? How's it going? Happy Sunday. It is a much earlier time this time around because it is 5 o'clock. Normally, I am here every Sunday at 9 o'clock. And if this is your first time here, checking out my channel, my name is Art. I am a big time toy collector of pretty much everything that you can think of in terms of domestic and a little bit of imports. You can kind of see behind me where I have that's just like maybe half of my room. But here on YouTube and as well as Instagram, I do a lot of toy hunting. I do a lot of toy hunting posts, and I've done some review posts as well. I've collaborated with a couple things, couple other companies as well, and I just enjoy collecting action figures, Marvel Legends, GI Joe, import figures like SH Figure Arts and things like that. I still have a lot of my retro figures from my childhood, but I've learned to just be a part of this community and showcase and help others out, especially within my toy hunts, in regards to finding the best deals that you can to save some money, but at the same time try to find the figures that you can't find anymore. So I thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. The reason why we are here at this time is because I have a special guest with me, Michael Zolotorow. He is the showrunner of Zolocon. Zolocon is a toy show of pretty much retro and modern toys, as well as many other things, whether you can throw out comics, video games, artists, trading cards. It's all in there. I have been enjoying the Zolocon toy show since 2018, kind of like when I started my YouTube journey. And I have been going to every Zolocon since. I think there might have been one or two Zolocons that I missed, which was like maybe the video game one and the one closer to, I think, your area. But I've been to every Zolocon since, and it has grown immensely since it started, well, at least for me, when it started at the Fuge over in Warminster, Pennsylvania. But it has now grown and has become much larger and is now in the space at the Valley Forge Casino in Pennsylvania. It is absolutely amazing to watch this show grow, and the increase in the amount of attendees, as well as the amount of vendors and exhibitors that have been a part of this show. I look forward to it every year. So I'm gonna introduce Mike here. Mike, I would like you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and what Zolocon is to you.
Sure. I just had to turn on my beautification lights. If you've seen that, it was
Yeah.
just dark. And then all of a sudden, Krista just sent me a text. She's like, I can't see you. You need to turn them on. Hi, my name is Mike Zolotorow. I am owner, president of Zoloworld.com. We run Zolocon, which is a toy, comic, gaming, and media convention, but not celebrity driven. It's more retro 90s, 80s, 90s driven, which our goal was to bring back the shows of the 90s, as I was saying a little bit earlier. Like, if you could remember the old days where you would go to a show and you would actually be able to get a toy as part of your entrance once you actually go for the weekend or any of that. And there's different levels of those passes, and every level actually would have a toy with it, unless if you're doing like a general admission. We do protective cases for action figures. So that's where I started out about 2008. We started doing that. It's about the same time we started doing shows. So cases, toys, conventions, pretty much. And then now we're starting to sell like a little bit more of the vintage toys as well. So we're going to have like everything kind of going on. And that's one of the new additions we just did to the website. But yes, I've been a lifelong collector. I started collecting at about 6 years old. My folks would take me to like flea markets, and we would go for hours. Like we would be out nearly all day hitting 3 flea markets in a day, and I would trade and flip and do all kinds of stuff. So I was kind of like, when they would be vendors at a flea market, I would actually come with toys and sell, and I'd be like 7, 8 years old. And a lot of the people that I was selling to, which is actually funny, became pretty big names in the toy store gambit. Like they would actually open up their own brick and mortars and stuff like that. And later on, but their whole thing was like going around flea markets also and doing that. So, but yeah, it's been a lifelong adventure pretty much. And like I had obviously I didn't do just this. I've been doing this for about this is my 18th year. So before that, I was actually in engineering, like land surveying, and then before that, I was actually in the military. So, and even then, I was collecting in the military, which is pretty fun. But going overseas and trying to look for toys was, without the internet, because at the time the internet, it just didn't, you know what I mean? It was just in its infancy, so you didn't really have like eBay, and you didn't have all that stuff going on like it is today. And you know what? Actually, to tell you the truth, even with shows, I mean, I can't even remember. I think it was like Toy Shop magazine that you would go into and actually see that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely cool.
Yeah. I was even before we met, and I know we met in 2019, and I think it started because I made a Zolocon toy show video, and you kind of startled me because I didn't know who you were at the first.
Oh yeah,
and
nobody
you were
does.
just like, I enjoyed the video. I was like, oh, cool, that's great. I honestly, I was like, thank you, I appreciate it. I always try to, capture my first person view of going to toy show. And to be honest, when I started YouTube and my heavy collecting, because I was always a collector as a kid, whether it be Ninja Turtles, GI Joe, original Playmates, original O-ring figures, things like that. And then I kind of stopped and then jumped into like anime for a bit, and then I got heavy into collecting with Marvel Legends when it just started coming back in a way. And I started the YouTube journey, and I think Zolocon honestly was my first like toy convention, because I've always been to like Wizard World. Wizard World was always my thing because it was Philadelphia. I just enjoyed going to it, the whole atmosphere of it all. I've been to, at the time, I only went to like New York Comic Con twice in like 2012 and 2013, and that was immense. Like that was way beyond what Wizard World could ever do.
Yeah.
So going to more intimate setting of a toy show such as Zolocon, I was actually much more comfortable walking around and digging around through, and that's my thing. I love digging through bins, finding loose figures, finding old stuff that I used to collect as a kid. That's the joy of like going to these toy shows, and I love interacting with these vendors and seeing what they have to offer and what they may have collected as. It's been a run, and I've been enjoying it very much so. And when you came up to me, I didn't know who you were. And I thought it was funny because then I learned later, and then I realized, oh, look, you actually do more than just the toy show. You actually have done the protective cases, which that was beyond me. I was like, protective cases? I didn't know he did it. And then I think you've acquired, did you acquire licenses for certain figures as well to do the 5.5?
We own the licenses, so we license them out now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh wow, it's much more. And did you guys have your own booth or table at Zolocon to sell that stuff, or is it really just strictly online?
No, it's been at Zolocon. We sell at Zolocon as well. A lot of times, it would be mostly my parents, because I'm usually running around the entire show, just making sure everything's good. But usually my folks would be selling at the booth, so you would notice them before you probably notice me.
I have. I'm sure I've met them.
No, I'm positive.
Informally.
Like we had the big trailer in 25, so 2025. Remember the gray trailer that we had there? I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
I did not have that trailer.
Yeah, it's a pretty large thing to miss, but I think the place is so overwhelming, it's so huge, and you get sensory overload. So I think it's easy to miss, also. So you can't miss it, but it's easy to miss also, which is weird because
That's
of
true.
the whole environment that you're in. So um, they like cancel each other out.
So uh, Zolocon has grown. Zolocon has grown into moving into a larger venue, and Zolocon is now at the Valley Forge Casino
Mhm.
Resort, I guess you can call it. I was lucky enough to attend last year on Sunday. Well, what can you tell us about this new venue? Why do we go to this new venue, and has it is it much better for you with the amount of vendors that you have and or invited into the show? Because I know it's an ever growing thing every year for you.
Um, yeah, so this venue is absolutely phenomenal change just because of the sheer size. Because now we have
Mhm.
the one floor is 60,000 square feet, so it's about close to what I'm trying to think of like the Fuge, like the our previous place that we were at would have been. It's tough to say because there was a lot of things that were in the room. You know what I mean? That actually
Yeah,
did
yeah.
this. So I'm thinking 4 times the size easily. But we also have we're also in talks for other things, and I really can't really mention too much right now about that. But you did talk about digging through bins, and this is a conversation that we've had for a little bit. But I'll get back to that.
Okay.
Why do we? Why do what is the reason here? Um, I think uh, the reason we're here obviously is because we've grown out of the last venue,
Hmm.
but also too, as a kid, about 15 years old, or like you know 13 to 15 years old, and even before that, I was coming to this location, this exact location, when it was the Valley Forge Convention Center, and I don't know if you remember that back in the 90s, and like in the 80s and the 90s they ran conventions, toy conventions, out of this location. This was the mecca. This is where you would go when this is where you would go when you would actually see uh like Leonard Nimoy at a Star Trek convention, or if you would go to you want to see like comic books or toys or any of that stuff, it would be at this location. This was before the Wizard days, like before
Okay.
Wizard actually became the Philadelphia Expo Center, and it was like Toy Fair, all that stuff.
Right.
um but we used to go there for a while, and it was, even then it was gigantic as a kid. And part of my childhood, a big portion of my childhood was going to this place and actually seeing this as the conventions, going there. So when they closed it down, they actually renovated, closed it down, and it kind of disappeared from everything. So nobody seen this place at all, or at whatever. And it was weird because my brother had mentioned to me, he said to me, like, if you ever move, well, you should probably check out the Valley Forge Convention Center. I was like, that place isn't even around anymore. What are you talking about? And then one day I just happened to, like, find out that it is. And we went through the motions and saw this, but it's been a dream of mine to actually move, like I said, to this particular location. So it's, as a kid going here, and now as being the show runner, the person who's actually running this event in this particular location, it's really out of a dream. It's great.
Yeah. Oh no, it's beautiful. Honestly, I've always driven by. Well, considering the company that I work for is in Audubon, which is practically right next to it. So I could get to from there. I can get to King of Prussia within 5 minutes. So I've always drove to past the Valley Forge Casino, and I would always see that flashing light sign of their next guest or stage performance and things like that. I never thought that there was like a convention type center inside it, because in my head it's like, oh, hotel casino, that's really it. So when you announced that you're moving to this, I was like, oh my god, I had no idea. That's really awesome. I do have the the Fuge was half hour from me. This is like close to an hour from me, but I enjoy that area because now you're close to King of Prussia Mall, which is like the third
Yeah.
largest mall in America. So many different places to eat, to shop, and things like that. And I'm glad that it's a large enough venue with enough parking, everything, and it's got a hotel directly connected to it. Much easier, and I guess much more convenient for any of the attendees that are arriving. um I know, I've as a local, there's many of us that go to this toy show. um when it comes to guests, there's going to be quite a few that come out of state, um whether it be a vendor or a toy company, things like that. So I know that's always a challenge to see if they go there. But do you have um ways, not ways, I don't want to say ways. Um is it something that comes natural or easy to you for you to send out these invites to, you know, promote Zolocon and have these vendors be a part of the show?
Not at all. No, I actually, Chris is the one who actually takes care of a lot of that stuff. She handles a lot of that. So I would tell her, like, I would like to see such and such if that's possible, or this person. And then I would reach out to a few people that I know from the industry that has actually asked to come to be part of the Zolocon. And a lot of people, overseas, we have people from overseas. I think it's one of the big differences, I think, between where we were at before and where we're at now, is that we can actually bring in the talent that we actually wanted to for years and have these people actually be part of the show. Um, the the fun part comes is when people start seeing, a name that they may recognize, and they go, "Oh my goodness, I didn't even know this person would ever travel out to this," And being that we have the room to do it, we will do it. I mean, just for I don't know. You're familiar with Neil Adams, the comic artist.
Yes.
So he did work for me in 2015. He did the backer card for Wave 3 of Realm of the Underworld. It
Okay.
is, and I invited him out to the show. Let him rest in peace now, but I invited him out to do the show, and he was like, "Sure, I'll come out. I'm going to need 8 tables." And that the last location, you couldn't put you couldn't
No.
give away 8 tables to a person. But something like this here, we could bring in someone like that and say, "Yeah, come on in." 8 tables is a little bit much, but if it's someone like his caliber, then absolutely. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
but to be able to do that, yes. And to answer your question, I know a lot of a lot of people in the industry that make toys or is involved in toys at one point or another, and like I said before, like a lot of these guys wanted to do the show. Some of them being on the West Coast is a little bit more challenging, but people that are local or within even with Texas, actually, they drive like that. But most of the people now are driving or flying in to be part of this, and I think that's a big difference, honestly, from what we were doing before to what it is now. I mean, we had people traveling out, but now it's like that next level. We have so many people traveling out to be part of this event, and I mean, all over the world. Like, people are coming from Brazil, they're coming from Portugal and Argentina, and obviously Canada, and they're all over the
Yeah.
world to be part of this, and it's been Mexico. Yeah, so that we're internationally known. So that's a great, that's been great for the show. And as we keep building it, we want to see more of that. And that's also the great thing about actually being in a hotel setting, because that's one of the things that I wanted to do for a very long time, is actually have a hotel attached to what we're doing, so we can have that kind of like party experience, or that the community, right? The collector community. That was my big drive for this, is like getting the entire community together under one roof and having
Yeah.
different communities. So you have like 5.5, you have the 6 inch, the O-ring community, the 3 3/4 community. We're hoping to get like other communities we've been talking to too, and hopefully we can bring them in, which is the smaller scale toys as well. So, but bringing that all in, and having a hotel attached to this, builds that experience so people online can meet the people that they talk to online. You know what I mean? And kind of conversion, trade, and do whatever. So it's really that we wanted to do, and we want to bring that together even more.
Oh yeah, I absolutely enjoy it now more than ever because of the community aspect. For me, being in this content creator space and making friends within Instagram and YouTube as well, um, we love meeting up at shows, and then sometimes it's our
Mhm.
first time ever meeting outside in person, and that's a huge deal. Um, and it's a great to enhance those friendships as well. And I know there's a lot of people that I can't wait to see again, because sometimes I only see them on an annual basis, and sometimes a show like yours is when I get to see them again. Um, so it's always fun, and it's funny because within our community, like, we help each other out. We'll buy something here and there, and then 6 months later, it's like, hey, I have your pile of loot. Here's your stuff. This is, and it's
Yep.
vice versa. It's always fun. Um, and I know with the growth of it, it is phenomenal that you have this space, and it's cool to learn that you've gone there in the past as a kid. I never knew about that. Like, I stayed within my um Oxford Valley, Langhorne, and a little bit of Philadelphia area. I never knew anything about, this that area, the King of Prussia area. That was outside America. Because growing up in the 90s, I stayed in my bubble. Like, that was, if there was a
I-95
show for
marketplace.
I-95 more. Yes, that I would always, my parents would take me all the time. We would go
Yeah,
there every Saturday. I think it was Saturdays. um
yeah.
and I know my local comic shops and everything like that. It's cool when they're also taking part in these small shows as well. So it's always definitely fun to do so. Um, I do want to get into um, the website, because
Sure.
the website has evolved as well, and um, I'm gonna. I think I have it set up on the vendor tab, because I know
Sure.
you have that list of vendors. But what I really enjoyed the most out of it, let me just bring that up and see what we got. I do have Instagram up too. So let's see here. And if my internet slows down a bit, it's because I'm trying to speed through
We shut off
the
the preloader,
internet
by the
segment.
way, with Grim the Executioner slamming down his axe. It
Okay.
was something that as we move closer to the show, we'd rather have a better experience for the attendees. So if anybody's wondering, that's the reason. I wanted to, it's a cool thing, but when people are trying to check out or something like that, I want to make sure that everybody is good to go on here. And yeah,
Yes,
with a yeah.
it's cool. I always see that he's just waving his axe, and then next thing you know, and I sometimes I think it's like a good, what, 5-10 second clip, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a few seconds, but it feels like 10 seconds because you're trying to
Gotcha.
get somewhere on the site. And you're like, okay, this is cool. But yeah,
Right.
but Scott West did most of the new art that you're seeing for this, and he's done a phenomenal job throughout. I mean, he's even done the poster print that's in the that you're going to get with your, when anybody picks up their figures and stuff like that. We have our exclusive prints that he's done too. It's the Warrior Beasts. It's Skullman fighting Headhunter, which is in a castle format. It's just
Oh, that's cool.
phenomenal, and he has like a really cool design with it. So guys will get that while supplies last.
That's really cool.
Hey.
Wow. So on the vendors tab of the website is the list of guests, which is right below the map. And the map is great as an overall view of what this space looks like. And it's absolutely it can be, you know, very intimidating considering how many aisles you got going on, how many tables you got. There's just a lot. And I think
Yeah.
it's in my head, that's awesome. In my head, that's like, oh look, this is me like going to Wizard World in a way as a kid because it looks enormous. But I know down at the bottom here, this is registration. And it's funny because when I first walked into the building, I see the casino, but I saw like a line of people, but I was like, where is it? Because this is my first time going to this building, and I was like, oh, it's down the stairs. There's a whole space down the steps. So I think this red area of the map is the stairwell, to where you get your bracelet or
The
badge and your tickets.
Yeah, so you'll see the staircase on the left and right. There's an elevator that's square, and ahead of that is the two
Yeah.
the two stairs, and then the red you're seeing. Yeah, that's going to be the registration lines, pretty much that we're putting together. But we
Oh, I
have
see.
like a
Okay.
little we have another thing that we've been working on too. Uh, that yeah, there's a few things, but we've cleared up an issue. We feel that we cleared up an issue that happened last year, so it's gonna be a lot smoother for everybody. Uh, yeah, we have this all. I think we're gonna have this streamlined so well that people are gonna be extremely impressed. So
Cool.
we've worked on it all year. So pretty much we're hoping, it's like, what is it? The architect from the Matrix had to balance the equation.
Oh yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we did.
Hey, you always learn from your first. So
Yep.
it's always good that, you know, you you improve every year. And from what I could tell, layout looks the same from last year, but I see there's other tables and areas around like the corners that have been more than likely
Mhm.
added, which is great. But I love the interactivity of it now, where if I highlight a spot, I know who's going to be at that
Yeah,
location.
we're
And I
we're
think it's
still updating a
great because
couple
I
of
remember
those.
I had to,
Mhm.
yeah, I had to scroll up and down. So like, okay, what's to
Right.
208? And then I scroll all the way down to 208. So it's awesome now. I'm happy that I can
The
just
interactive
like
floor map. Yeah. It was
highlight
something
it.
that we built into it, wrote it into the program to actually make the floor map talk back to whoever is actually like scrolling over those or clicking on them. So yeah, that's been the again another goal of mine to do, and seeing it all working out and people actually liking it is it makes me very happy. So the time that was put into that, I'm very happy about it.
Yeah,
There Yeah, the
it's
area.
amazing.
There's going to be an area also. If you look down at that registration, there's going to be like a VIP area too in there. So like it's going to give everybody a chance to shop the event before the event. So when you get into the show uh, as a VIP, and you're badged and everything else, that secondary location area, basically up to I can't see it'll be the first before you hit the show. You're actually going to be able to shop the show. Like we're going to allow people to VIPs, only VIPs. This is obviously general admission is going to be when the show is actually open, but for VIPs getting in, you're going to be able to check out you'll see that 1, 2, 3 area, like around that, right around where Monster is going to be, which is that we don't have a section. I don't think we're showing Monster on there, but it's going to be around where Monster is. So you'll have like, there's Skeletron there. There's AFA there, Heritage. We have
Yeah.
uh, Zombie Sailor, which will be off to the left. It's I think we're showing them as Night of the Living Dead. That's all going to that's changed on the left hand side a little bit. So yeah, some of that we'll have it updated. We're hoping to have that updated very shortly here. But yeah, but that whole area is going to be a VIP area. So that's part of our streamlining process. so people aren't exactly waiting around and being upset that, and everybody's like kind of crowding the place, which makes it a little bit easier for us. And that's a large
Right.
floor. It's a very large floor. And plus that and the steps,
Yeah.
we're hoping by the time that it's time to open up the show, we'll be able to open up the whole entire thing, and it'll just we'll get everybody in like that. But the idea is to make it one of the better experiences for you. And this is all about the experience, obviously. And we've been, like I said, we've been talking about this all year. You said you came on Sunday. Yeah. So on Saturdays, VIP, you know how that looks usually when you're coming in.
Yeah.
So we want to streamline that. That's what we're streamlining. So you'll get a chance to see that.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. I see. Is there ever, because me being when I was a vendor for Legion's Con, like a lot of times I get placed wherever I get placed, or if that it's because I'm able to, if I've done the previous year, I can normally have first say of like if I want to stay in the same spot that I was before last year. Is it always a challenge to place certain vendors where they can go, or how the logistics of planning and stuff? Because in my mind, I'm a retail person. I did operations management. I did loss prevention. I've done a lot of that stuff. That stuff is awesome to me. It's just geared in my head. I don't do retail anymore. It's just that when I become a vendor at Legion's Con, it's like that mode turns on, and I love interacting with people, and I had customer service and working and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Something like this where you have to organize where people go, how they're going to operate, what has to be done, I know is challenging. But is something like this, is this something that you handle, something that you have a team that gets together? Does the vendors have a say on what they want out of you?
So like I said, I have usually Krista is the one who basically puts together the floor, but every vendor in this show that we have is curated. They're handpicked. These are all stars, all of them. They're all great, amazing people that
Absolutely.
are part of the show. And we do have sections. There's sections between the floor. We want to make sure that if you notice, we condensed everything. We're trying to make it in such a way where there's no flat spots. I mean, there's over 400 tables on that floor. Even though you're seeing the vendors bring multiple tables. So every one of these could put 3 tables into a booth space. So technically it could be a heck of a lot more. But so yeah, it takes a while because we put a lot of thought into actually creating this floor plan to make sure that everything is going to balance. Like it's that equation that you have to constantly balance out. Like if we put, vintage toys in the back of the room, you know what I mean? How would that work? And a lot of times people do request to be back in those spots, like a lot of times for the most part, I think everybody always asks to be, can I have the same spot again? And we try our hardest to put them around that area, or just because it makes our life a lot easier, you know what I mean, to do that. But when you get people like McFarlane Toys, or you get people like NECA, or any of those folks that come in, you want to make sure that it works for everybody that's around them. So moving them in a location and puts more emphasis or less emphasis on whatever. We want to make sure that, again, it's all balanced. Everything is working, and it is a constant question that we constantly ask ourselves. How's this look, or how's that look? Luckily for this show, and one of the great things is the crowd. We have a great crowd. Like every year, it keeps growing. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the great thing is that I don't think that anywhere on this floor is a you're not going to be, you will be seen no matter where you're at. I think
Oh,
just because of the enormous crowd. Yeah.
I absolutely agree, because there's not a I know people can think like location for where they want to be, and some I can understand if some people want to be in a particular spot. Um but this floor is like overall, it's like a aside from it being a squared space, it's like an overall circle, or everyone you're going to walk, every attendee is going to walk every aisle, and every person's going to every vendor is going to be seen no matter what.
Mhm.
And it's it was different. Fuge was different because yes, that was a circle. But sometimes
2 floors too.
2 floors. It was two
And
floors.
surprises. The great thing about it too is the surprises. You don't know what you're going to find out there. You go, oh wow, like you don't want to miss any booth in here. Like I said, there's no flat spots. Where we have people that are some of the best in the game. Some people that only do Zolocon or Zolo World shows and has been
Mhm.
doing them for like the last 18 years. And there's other people that do, they don't do shows in the area here. Like they might be like, you know, uh, Midwest, or you know what I mean? Like just going out to like Pittsburgh. That's all they do is Pittsburgh shows. They're going to be here, or Ohio shows. So they heard about the show and they're coming here. And like I said, I mean, the the amount of people that we've had from last year to this year, of vendors, and the change of vendors is the vintage class on this, and uh yeah, the vintage class, and for what you're looking for as a collector, you're not going to have a problem finding what you're looking for. I mean, there's something for everybody, and there's surprises all the way around. Like you just never know what you're going to find.
Oh, I agree. Have
Even for myself.
I I know whenever I made a Zolocon video, there's always someone that puts a comment that went to the show that didn't know there was a second floor. And I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Oh my god, you missed not a lot, but you still missed a crucial
Right.
amount of vendors that you could have interacted with." Um, so I know you shouldn't have that issue for this because you can
Mm-mm.
easily see this going around. I'm going to assume you're going to have your typical um, guide or pamphlet that shows
Mm-hmm.
the map of everything
Issue
like you normally
6.
do.
I got it here. I got one of the copies here for it. It's actually in print right now. Well, not now, it's Sunday, but I mean it's in print, so they're making them now.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure I kept every one because it's one of those
one
things. It's
second.
kind of like
One
the
second. I'll be
guide.
right back. Right here.
I've always had the guide from any toy show that I go to. So for anyone, the Zolocon thing is always cool because you're going to see what's on here, and
Tony
it's
right
always
next to
fun to
me.
see.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're
But yeah,
good.
that's it. That's it right here. This is going to be here he is in the back. The dude of the hour. There he is.
There you go.
But that's it, 2026. So if you're getting them, like I said, there's people that collect these. But this is issue 6. So the first one we did was when we actually had Mike Grell. The one with Mike Grell we had there. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I know. I'm sure I have all of them. I'm
Oh,
pretty
great.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. They're good to keep. I'll tell you that.
Okay, so within the website, I know you can buy your tickets. Um, can you still buy your tickets? Is there, or is it going to be?
You can still buy tickets. Yeah. The ticket price is only going to be the price of tickets is going to change within a few days. We have a statement actually just going to be made for that, and actually too, as far as the VIPs are concerned, like the ultimate VIP is only going to be we're going to be you won't be able to get ultimate VIP on Saturday. So you're going to want to, buy, if you're going to be buying in advance for an ultimate VIP pass, you're going to want to get that by Friday, for Friday the show is that is like not this Friday, but I'm saying like Friday
Right,
the
right.
show.
Yep. All right. So I am going to flip to Instagram, and we can
Mhm.
see all of your posts of all the guests that you have um, sort of showcased with who's going to be there. And I hope I scrolled down to the starting point. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go all elaborate and everything, but I know there's quite a few that we've seen, and at least in my memory, I know these vendors. I've interacted with these vendors.
Mhm.
Um, so I know it's always cool to um, check out what possible stuff that they may have. So let's see. I know that I guess I'll start here with Toy
Mhm.
Department. Toy Department's from Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Um, Huge store. A lot of collectors, a lot of people trade in with them, and they've had a great space at the show last year.
I buy from them. They're great. He comes in with some warrior beast, and I'm just like, okay, gonna put them over here. I get them. Uh, but yeah, they're fantastic. The stuff that Chris gets is it's incredible. Like it is actually incredible. Um, the I remember seeing his stuff. I can't. Where was he? Where did I see him at? I think he might have been at PowerCon, if I'm not mistaken. And we were talking for a little bit. I think it's Kenny was asking about Zolocon and stuff like that as well, and I was talking to him a little bit about it. But yeah, this is it's very cool. Did you make it out to PowerCon? The one
I've
he
never
did
been
it
to a
in
PowerCon.
20 in
Never
Ohio.
been to one.
Yeah, it was fun. It's definitely a fun show. Uh, let me see here. Yeah, so the toy department has amazing stuff. Like just absolutely amazing stuff from GI Joe to Transformers, Masters of the Universe, you name it, prototypes. I mean, just they have everything there. And
Yep.
oh yeah, Time Warp.
Time Warp,
That's another one too. Another amazing
amazing.
bunch of people. You know who they are, right?
Yep.
Out of New York,
Out of New
Mike.
York,
Out
yeah.
of New York, yeah.
Incredible
Fantastic
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, and actually, I've known Mike for when I used to run shows. Uh, my goodness. I see now I'm going to ask him because I thought about this the other day. There was a show that we were at because I used to vend at shows. There was a time I was doing 15 shows a year, like I'd go to. Um, but I remember seeing him at one of those shows. Like he doesn't do it as much anymore, either. I think he does maybe a couple shows a year. But
Mhm.
I remember this one show, and they tucked him away in the back, and I do not remember the show. I gotta ask him. Like that's going to be my topic of conversation this time here. So if he's watching this, I don't know. But but amazing stuff.
The Pop
Who is
Culture
this?
Connection. I'm not familiar with them, but the amount of just in this image alone.
Oh yeah, yes. Of course. Yeah, another really awesome vendor of yes, very very awesome stuff.
Very cool. There's a lot of this is the kind of stuff that I remember from my childhood, and it's
Mhm.
insane. The comic realm, so we're going to see
Mhm.
some comic book vendors there.
Yep.
And who do we got here? This is comic realm, same thing. Same thing.
Mhm.
uh Hooked on Sabers, you got Sabers coming over. um
Hooked on Sabers is out of here in Harrisburg. Like they're that's another Saber thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What are you saying?
no, go ahead, by
Yeah,
all means.
they're out of Harrisburg here, out of actually Lebanon, I believe, up in my area where I'm actually at now. So
Gotcha.
they do good stuff too. They're a sponsor actually of the event. They sponsored the event, so they're going to have a big display of their stuff.
I saw them. I think they're at the like left corner from the map, and I
Mhm.
remember seeing that because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. uh McFarlane Toys, what an announcement that was. Well, I was very, very surprised. um McFarlane Toys is going to be there. What can you say that they're going to be doing at the show? Are they showcasing anything new?
They're going to be showcasing Yeah, they're going to have a showcase in the back. They're going to be showcasing stuff, and also for all attendees coming to the show, while supplies last, we have cards that we're going to be given to each one of the attendees until we run out of cards. And these
Mhm.
cards you redeem at the booth, the McFarlane booth, and they're going to give you a prize. It's going to be an action figure. So it's free. You're not charged for it. Zolocon has, pretty much taken care of that, and they've taken care of that for their fans. So they
That's
wanted
awesome.
they love meeting and interacting with fans, and that's the thing is they wanted to do. So we were able to, kind of do that. That's awesome. Yeah, they're also awesome. But yes, a huge announcement. It took a few years to be able to get them. It's been a while to do it, and I hope this isn't the first time. We don't want this to make a one and done. We're hoping that we see them every year, so that would be pretty good.
No, that's pretty cool. I know it was a very big surprise to me getting McFarlane toys. I've never met anyone from McFarlane Toys for whatever toy show, or Comic Con or anything like that. So it'll be a really cool thing to see someone represent McFarlane Toys.
Yeah, they're co-hosting. Yeah, so it's great.
That's really cool. Of course, the Toy Forge, they're going to be
Yep.
there. I'm sure they're going to be right next
Anthony?
to the Four Horsemen, and we have Night of the Living Dead.
Night of
Some
Living
of the
Dead. Yep.
cast.
We're gonna have the cast. We actually have. We made the first series, so we're gonna have the first series of action figures at the convention. They're gonna be the first time that anybody's seen these figures, like the finished figures. And they'll be for people for pickup, and we're gonna have like a very limited amount for sale. But like this is for the folks that actually had purchased, but like people that are coming there that want to get them. I mean, like I said, everything's while supplies last. We also have a glow in the dark George Romero action figure, but that is actually sold out right now. But it is one of the show exclusives, so that's something that they're going to be here signing as well.
It's really cool that some of the cast is still is going to be arriving, which is really awesome. Lincoln Monsters is up next. I don't
Mm-hmm. That's the exclusive that they did for the show.
know. Do I know anything
What
about
was
Lincoln
that?
Monsters? I'm trying. Oh, that's right.
They're actually they
There we
do they do the 8-inch monster stuff, and they just launched a 3 3/4 inch line on Kickstarter that just got funded of the original. Like I want to think they're based on the old Tomlins. So if you look at the old Tomlin 3 3/4 inch, there
Mhm.
a lot of their toys are based on that. It's very very awesome. Like they did a wonderful job, and the Astro Simeon, obviously. I'm a huge fan of Action Apes, the old AHI monster. Action Apes. So Action Ape Men, I guess they called them. But yeah, huge fan of that. So so they basically are continuing what would have been in this realm, I guess. And they've done a wonderful job. They're basically taking the baton, if you will, and running with it.
Scam. Oh, I remember. So
There's scammers out there,
yeah,
of course. Everybody's saying, "Hey,
we
you
will
want to
have
buy a
guests.
ticket? Make sure it's us."
Yeah. We will have a few guests from Night of the Living Dead, which
Mhm.
I know is it Kira?
Kyra Schoen.
Kyra.
Yeah,
Kyra
she
Stone.
played the part as Karen Cooper, as the kid, the kid with the trowel.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And this is all 68. This is the 1968 film. So the folks that are involved, they're all part of this huge adventure that we've been on for the last, few years now of creating these toys. And Craig, my art director, and he actually works with the license directly, has been just absolutely phenomenal. All these figures that you're seeing is all like brains of his, like kind of like with the uh just the aesthetics of the figures. Like I did the designs of what is called the retro reverse, so they all pull apart and they have like you get like the retro set of limbs. So if you want it to look like an old retro figure, or you pull them apart, you can put on the new limbs which are articulated. So retro reverse gives you the ability to do both. So you have articulated and you have retro in one figure. So pretty much and then there's a build a figure in these too. So if you collect all 6 figures, you'll get the 7th figure is George Romero. So and each
Oh, I
part
see.
of George is in the package. So you get a George Romero when you build that.
And you said some of these will be available for sale?
Some of these will be available. Yeah, we have a finite amount available. There'll be 200 a set, but they also have a diorama that we have that is made by Jen, which is it's working directly with Craig. Like I said before, the art director put together this really cool like diorama set that actually is of the farmhouse, and you put that background in there, and there's like a little sticker sheet that comes with that as
That's
well.
cool.
That you could put like there's like a TV in there, and you could put like TV screens on it and stuff. It's really cool, but that's all part of that package when you get it. But yeah, they're absolutely fun. They're sort of like, I don't know if you see our Space Heroes line, but it's sort of like that where these are
Right.
also retro reverse. So you pull off these limbs and you could put them on or the space outfit. You could make it with those figures there because all of them interchange. All of our retro reverse series interchanges with everything that we make.
That's cool. I'm always one, if I get an autograph, I hope there's a figure of that that person. And I love getting figure packaging autograph. Like I have a whole
Yeah,
Star Wars Black Series thing going over here that's all autographed.
yeah, they're all Most of the people are there. Well, there's a few that's not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Chicken
yeah,
Fried Toys is
and yeah,
representing
yeah, young, yeah,
um, Ken Young.
yeah,
Um, that's awesome. He's done so much stuff. He's got too much stuff under his belt. It's incredible.
yeah.
Now, will
He
he be
he's
at the
yeah.
Chicken Fried Toys booth?
Yeah, he should be at the Chicken Fried Toys booth. He'll be signing that action figure they're doing. It's an exclusive for the event, so you'll see the exclusive figure there too.
Gotcha. Okay. And then where we go, Big Bad Workshop. That's a huge one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're new.
Um,
That's
they,
another really cool. Yeah.
I, I can only have one critique on them.
They don't have toys usually, or they
um,
run out fast.
it was a surprise that they were at Legion's Con, and it was amazing. Everyone was excited. They sold out in like 3 hours on the first day.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
they had their exclusive remaining, but everything else was just gone. So I'm looking forward. I don't own any Monster Force figures. I hope I can pick one up this time around. So I can't wait to see that team again. This will be really cool. That's a great addition to Zolocon, in my opinion. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I look forward to it myself to see what they're bringing. It's the first time I'll actually ever see it. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So this is your Realm of the Underworld exclusive figure that was created by the Four Horsemen, which is now
Mhm.
continuing to his. This is your third figure.
This is
from the
my
Four
first.
Horsemen?
This is
Oh,
my first figure. This is the first figure for Realm of the Underworld.
for
The
Realm.
Warrior
That's it.
Beasts.
The
The
Warrior Beasts are
Warrior
different.
Beasts have been the 2 figures previous to this has been Warrior Beast figures. This is the very first flagship Zolo World line character that
Right.
we've actually made with the Four Horsemen, or they made with us, pretty much. Like so, the idea was when this figure was sent to me, I was blown away. Not to say that I'm never blown away by their stuff. They're fantastic. It's just absolutely fantastic. The stuff that they do. But seeing this figure, one of the creations that I did back in 2012, and made this character, and then we brought our figure out years later. And we'll actually have a few of the vintage ones there too. The ones that we had in 2017
Right.
stock. We'll have a few there. Plus, we have a horse and rider set that we're going to be bringing, so people can actually see who the character is. But this is actually a requested character. Funny enough, a lot of people had requested this particular character to be done in like an articulated type deal. So it's
Oh,
really
that's
awesome to see this as a Zolocon exclusive with this. And yeah, this one is huge. This is one of our biggest of what we've produced so far, or they've produced for us so far, I should say.
oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, for what they did with Warrior Beasts, it was incredible. So for this one, I it looks
Yeah,
great.
they're fantastic.
Absolutely. And I know with the Four Horsemen exclusives for Zolocon, they go fast. They go really
Yeah,
fast.
these we're gonna that was one of the reasons why we were saying like up to um Friday where we stop with the ultimate VIPs. We might go even before that depending on what the stock levels are. So
Mhm.
we'll know that 100% also. But the yeah, the Friday passes are, pretty much what a lot of people have been, wanting to get and be able to get these figures to, to kind of avoid the crazy rush on Saturday. So it's always a kind of a perk. But this, yeah, it's awesome. Can't
Oh,
I can't wait.
understood.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's next? Hadroid.
hmm It's Leah Toys out of
Leah Toys.
Argentina. They're coming and they're gonna have an exclusive their exclusive figure from their line. Yep. Matthias will be there. And he's the owner of Leah Toys. So they're flying in. So they'll have that there.
And
It's also
will they have
bigger.
other
They
stuff?
did what was that?
They'll have other stuff as well?
Yes, they'll have other stuff as well. They have they do the Guerreros del Mañana line. They actually got the license to do that. That was an old series back in like the late 80s, early 90s that was basically like a mashup of Remco and Masters of the Universe and like everything in one that's just like kind of mashed together. And they got the license to do it. They did a phenomenal job. Like a lot of those figures did a phenomenal job. But we sell those on Zola World. So we kind of like partnered up and did like a bunch of a bunch of stuff. So we sell their stuff here, kind of like bridging that gap between Argentina and here in the United States. So we try to
Gotcha.
get their fans here taken care of as well, and new fans that may be collecting our stuff that would be interested in their stuff.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, understood. So we
Yeah,
got Carver and Ryan are returning to Zolocon. Free airbrushing demo. I might take part in that because I'm trying to learn how to airbrush.
that guy is phenomenal. Like he does everything from action figures to trains to terrain. Like he'll actually show you how to like do stuff with terrains to make them look old and aged and make things look metal and how to grind them out, like make them look like they've really been weathered. And he's great, like just absolutely great. Sitting back with him, and I told him that I had like a few issues with my airbrush, and explained like what you do, like tricks of the trade. He's been doing it for a very, very, very long time, and yeah, just awesome people, very personable. So you can ask all kinds of questions. He'll be more than happy to answer them. He loves the interactive part of it, the interactions with people. So
Yeah.
yeah, everybody, please go ahead, sit down, learn from him because I'll tell you, he is awesome. Like, and he's a wealth of information. No,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I
he's
agree.
up here.
Interacting with people is one of the best things. Uncle Bob's Vintage Toys. I know I met them at
Uh-huh.
Legion's Con, so I'm sure we're gonna have another vendor of all kinds
He's
of
not a
toys.
vendor. He's not a
Oh,
vendor.
he's not a
He's
vendor.
actually a sponsor, but his shop is up
Sponsor.
here. So he's in near Lemoyne up here. in the Harrisburg area. So if you're ever up in this
Okay.
area, it's definitely a shop you're going to want to check out because he has everything. Like it's a really cool place, and it's funny because I would go there one week and then come there the next week and be like, I don't remember you having this. He's like, no, it wasn't there last time. I just got it. So you never know what he's going to have. So it's definitely one shop that you cannot miss. You're going to definitely want to hit it up.
That's funny. NECA. NECA is coming back. NECA has always been a staple at Zolocon. So that's really
Yeah.
cool to see that they're coming back.
Well, this is a little different. NECA, this is actually okay. So the crew at NECA before that was running that, it's no longer the same thing. So this is actually like NECA, the company NECA coming out and actually setting up. Whereas
Oh,
we
no
had
way.
like this is a whole nother aspect of this, and this is something again that we wanted to do or have some a bigger part of to do it. Not to say the other guys weren't NECA; they absolutely were NECA. They're just not doing as far as I know, what they were doing before. So this is more of like like the company setting up, their marketing department and all that other stuff that's getting involved in this.
So is it crazy to say that they are showcasing figures?
Maybe they might be. I haven't gotten a complete scoop from them. I think they haven't told me much, so I don't know. But I could say that please, you're going to want to visit their booth because NECA has some amazing stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I just saw that the reveal that they showed with those. I collect those Halloween figures, the Ben Cooper
the
series,
Ben Coopers.
and they're
Yeah,
just too cool. It is one of those things that I look at and I'm like, man, that's a brilliant idea. Like an extremely brilliant idea. It's something that, I give them kudos for that. This is amazing stuff. You don't usually see stuff not I don't know how to word this without sounding kind of uh, you don't see stuff like that as creative like that, like as a thing. When I first saw that in the store, I went, whoa. Now that's thinking out of the box now, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's. I know it's a fan favorite.
Hmm.
But that's cool. If they're showcasing, I can only imagine, stuff that we're seeing at Toy Fair right now. That's going on right now. Oh my
Hmm.
God, how cool would that be? Showcasing something out of Muppets, Sesame Street, that they've been announcing and stuff. That's really cool. That's really awesome
That,
to see that
that's
it's
the
like
idea.
a different team.
That's the idea for this. One of the big things was that, you know, Craig had said something to me earlier today that kind of stuck with me. Is that uh, it's like Toy Fair, but you could buy things, and that's kind of like where
Yeah,
if you think about it, you have all the exclusives, 20 plus exclusives for this show, um, and then on top of it, uh, you have the showcasing of various action figure people with various action figure stuff that's coming out there and actually showing, like the toy companies that are coming out and actually showing stuff that maybe might not be shown at Toy Fair. Um, I've had
yeah.
I've had a few discussions with companies that will do a sneak peek here. They said, yeah, we'll do something for you here, to have this. So it's it's something that is awesome, and it's something that, like I said before, it's what we wanted to work towards or where we wanted to be, and we didn't actually get a chance to do that until now. And this is fantastic, and it's been
No,
fun.
that's awesome.
It is absolutely fun to watch because I don't see it as like I'm running this. You know what I mean? Because honestly, it's a team effort. There's so many people, that come together for this particular event. Logistics wise, obviously, Krista and myself basically handle a lot of the logistics stuff of it, but it's more than that too. And it's awesome, just absolutely awesome to see everything kind of coming together, and then people independently doing things and saying, "Hey, check this out," and advertising that they're going to be at the show, or whoever is coming. That's something I always love. I always love to see it, especially as as an organizer, someone who actually puts it together and sees that, I see most of it. You know what I mean? So definitely
Oh,
cool.
it's great. It's great. I can't wait. I look forward to it as much.
You
Monster has
guys
always
here,
been with
yeah.
you guys.
Hmm.
I swear to God, I might have taken like 4 or 5 drinks throughout the weekends every time I'm getting there.
Nothing wrong with that. They love that. They that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
but they
I'm gonna
yeah,
assume next to the food court that more may be there again. Wait, was there a
they're
food
gonna
court the last
be
time?
they're gonna be around the AFA booth. Like they're gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
around AFA, like out front of that. I think that it's gonna be real close to where they were at before, but they're being moved around because of reception. Want to make
Mm,
sure that we got a bigger reception area is the idea.
sure.
We have a lot of staff for reception.
Dan Larson. I've met Dan a couple
Dan
times.
Larson, yeah,
That's cool.
we wanted him. Like I asked him a few times if he would be able to do it, and this time he was able to do it. I was actually shocked. I said, "Wow, cool! All right, here we go." Dan Larson. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, I can't wait to see. Yeah, I can't wait to see him. I mean, it's been a little bit. I think since PowerCon, honestly, since I seen him.
Oh, really? Well, he was at Legion's Con this past November.
Oh,
So
was he?
yeah, I got to talk to him for a little bit, and then I was like, oh look, I'll see him again in February.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
And then the Astro Simians, I think we went over that.
If you're a collector
Let's
of
see.
the there's a line way back when well, not a line, but there was a figure called Mr. Rock that they made back in like the day, that came with a little pink communicator. Well, these figures come with that pink communicator. Like it's something very much like Mr. Rock. So it's really, really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And they don't show it here, but yeah, it's in the box.
Nice. Here's that
Scott West.
Scott West
Yeah.
print
Yeah.
that
And
you were
Scott
talking
West
about.
did a fantastic job on that. Yeah, and you could see like it's like a skull in the background that forms into like the rocks. I mean, just as an art director, he's incredible. Like just kind of like conceptualizing things and putting them together. Yeah, he's extremely knowledgeable, not only in art. You know what's really funny? And I'll tangent real quick. He went to art school, or in not art school. He was in school, and his art teacher saw the way that he draws and the way that he was doing it. She said, "You need to be showing people how to do this." So he would teach the class.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so that's how good he is. Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. I would love to sit down and have a lesson with Scott because I mean he's been a huge supporter of Zolo World in general, like with our protective cases. He's done artwork for Realm of the Underworld. He's been behind a lot of the posters. He's actually did artwork for when we did the Frazetta line. He actually colored some of the Jungle Lord card. He with the Neil Adams piece that I was telling you about for Wave 3. He actually colored that. So outside of just being an incredible sketch artist and painter, he actually paints too, and it's just amazing. If you see the boxes, I don't know if I think I have. Yeah, I have one over here. But if you see this box, he did here. It's just one of the flats actually, but I could show you. But he did the artwork that you're seeing on here of how amazing the art is. You could see this. I mean, that comes from a painting that he does, and you could
oh
see
wow.
how wild that looks. And that's in the the Realm of the Underworld. And then in the back, obviously, we had this is Rudy Nebris did this one. He did the Savage Sword of Conan. So you'll see. But a lot of times back in the day, he did this in Chinese brush. Not this particular piece, but he was coloring in Chinese brush. It's incredible. But yeah, that's all. Scott in the front did all that work, and he's just incredible, like just incredible. But I'm a huge fan. When I feel that if you're going to make something, and you put together an action figure series, you put together anything, artwork to me is like one of the most important things on that what you're creating. And I know there's a lot of loose collectors that are out there, but I think that the artwork to me is central to everything, because that's the thing that's going to grasp you and tell the story, right? Because
Mhm.
obviously you see an action figure, you know what it is. You're like, oh, it's cool, but the artwork tells that story, just gets you into that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Eternity of Dreams coming back.
Yeah, Journey of Dreams. That's right. Yeah, he has some incredible stuff. Usually bring like display cases, and you could see all their vintage toys that they bring. I mean, he's stacked in
Yeah,
vintage toys. I mean, there's
it,
so much
it's
stuff that he has. It's incredible.
is definitely the place to go and check it out. It's
Yeah,
incredible. Um, we got Valiverse coming back as well. I think it's their
yeah, and
third
that's
year.
exclusive. So he's going to be the
And
glow in the dark. They're doing the glow in the dark, the black, the glow in the dark figure. So yeah, and again, phenomenal figures. I mean, like they're just
yeah,
absolutely phenomenal. Seeing the stuff that comes from Valiverse, the just the overall quality and everything that they're putting out is just incredible. And it's awesome that they're able to do an exclusive. We love the exclusives. Like you know that. Like seeing the exclusive figures is just awesome. We have our share of them, but then seeing them from everybody else is just it's just great. It's great.
mhm. Yeah. I'm a big collector of the Action Force line, and for him to start this new line called the Black, and
Pirates. Yeah.
this pirate,
Uh-huh.
man, modern pirates, that's crazy to me. And finally getting my hands on this, I will love it. It's
Oh, I'm getting one
absolutely
myself. I can't.
wonderful.
I can't not get one. I love the pirate stuff.
Dice City Games as well,
Hmm.
and we're going to see some trading card games as well as video games at the show.
He's coming a long distance. Like Jimmy is awesome. He has some of the again, if you're looking for games like video games or anything in that nature, definitely you're going to want to go there. That's one of the ones you're definitely going to want to hit. Um, we have one other guy too that's really really awesome too. But yeah, it's a video game junkie, I think his name is. But Dice City and Video Game
Yeah,
Junkie, you're going to want to hit if you're into games or gaming or Pokemon, any of that. You're going to want to go there. Like you're absolutely without a shadow of a doubt.
I know I'll check it out because I have all of my original stuff ever
Hmm.
since Atari 2600. I actually have it on display out here in my basement. So even though they're
That's
not
awesome.
plugged in, they're just showcased in what I had as a kid. But I did regret after, putting it all up. I'm like, I'm missing games that I sold or traded in that I want
Yeah.
back. And I'm like, I gotta find it. It's
Yeah. Right. That's great.
unfortunate. Formo Toys is also coming back. They have
Our
an
brothers in
amazing
arms.
lineup
Yeah.
of figures, and I think they
Yeah.
have an exclusive as well.
They do. Yes, they do. They have an exclusive. It's a traveling exclusive that they do there. That's our brothers there. Uh, that's Emiliano Chancellisia, Pierre,
Mhm.
and Josh that run that. And yeah, they do phenomenal work. Like their figures are absolutely awesome. They're interchangeable. If you haven't checked them out, definitely another booth you're going to want to stop at and just check. Just the and not for nothing, their figures are coming out of the same factory that our figures are. So
Oh, cool.
we work together on a lot of things. Actually this guy was designed, as part of the design or 3D engineered was from Formo's designer. So yeah, so you'll have yeah, these guys. So,
Yeah.
and also Night of the Living Dead. Also, the body was also done by Pier, which was
Oh,
part
cool.
of that. It's part of that engineering process. And then we have another reveal that's going to be shown as well at the show. I can't really go into too much detail, but we have a huge reveal at Zolocon that I cannot wait for people to see.
That's still
It's also
cool.
we're involved with. It's Formo and myself.
Main Street Miss Toys and Collectibles, another cool vendor that has a lot of retro stuff. I do remember seeing them before.
Yep. You find some
And
really
then
rare
we
stuff all
have,
the way around.
yeah, 5x5 toys. God, I'm trying to remember this. First appearance of Zolocon. Okay, that's why. That's why I'm like, wait a second. These are
Mhm.
guys are new. These look like original O-ring type
Yep.
figures.
Yeah. O-ring figures. Yeah. That's the a lot of the people that's doing 3 3/4 in the sections that they're in, you'll see them as O-ring. Yeah, they're O-ring figures. They're awesome. And his stuff
Which
is actually really wild.
adjacent to them is Marauders, I'm assuming, right?
Hmm.
Or Marauders is more
Hmm. Yeah,
modern,
Marauders should
unless
be
they're
right around there also, and
gotcha.
Skeletron as well, because Skeletron and Marauders and all those guys, Ben is into all those guys there. So you'll see
Right.
Skeletron, Marauders, 5x5. I think Grindstone Toys is another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't miss them.
Savage
Can't miss
Crucible.
them. You can't miss the old SC, right? Savage Crucible.
Savage Crucible.
Harbinger Studios. Yeah, they have an exclusive too for the show.
I heard they're gonna have an
Mhm.
exclusive. That's awesome.
We haven't seen it yet,
I'm
but yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting some of their Wave 2 figures, which I know some are Frazetta inspired.
Of course.
Because I backed the whole Kickstarter from Wave 1, but I never got Wave 2 figures, so I wanted to make sure I pick some up that
Sure.
weekend.
They're
So
working
very cool.
directly with the museum. They work directly with the Frazetta Museum
Yeah,
to
and
do. Yeah, they're doing. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I heard someone from Frazetta was coming, is going to be there. Their son.
It was
I
last
got
year, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know these things.
nope. Hey, I remember. I got to watch that live stream they had this past Wednesday or Thursday. I think that they announced a lot of cool stuff for Zolocon. So seeing them again, that's really seeing Rob back doing his thing. That'll be cool. Um, I would is Collegiate Legends coming with them? Are you aware of that?
That is also them. Yeah. So it's Harbinger does Collegiate Legends and does Savage Crucible
Yeah,
as well. So they're both. Yeah. As a matter
they're
of
both gonna be
fact,
there.
they may have guests. I'm not sure that it's coming. You never know with
Yeah,
them. There are always surprises in store.
Damien's gonna be back. Damien, I love his stuff. He's a good friend. Me and him actually roomed at Legion's Con together. So
Yeah.
I love his stuff. His stuff is awesome. And it's crazily, it's so unique that you never thought you needed it. And when you see it, you're like, God, that's gonna look great on my shelf. So
Damien is great. Yeah, he's great. Like there's not a yeah, he's another great yeah. He's just a personable person. Like
yeah,
extremely like he's into it. And yeah, I mean he's one of the booths you have to stop at, say hello,
you do.
and just hang out with for a little bit. I try it every show
Absolutely.
I see him at.
Brooks Nook, I think they were there before.
She
A
was
lot
right
of
at the
stuff.
front. Like as you walked in, she'd have been on the left. But yeah, so she'll be a little bit into the show now when you're going like more into the show than instead of being in the front.
I know
But yeah, yeah.
on Sunday my daughter will definitely hit up that
Hmm. She has some
to see
again.
everything
She knows
there.
what's hot on the market. I mean, she's able to find this stuff.
Yeah,
I know it's just surprising. Half the time I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what it is, and it seems funny, but then they sell out. It's just like they're
they
gone in
sell
one
out.
day. Uh,
Absolutely. Excelsior is going to be there.
Excelsior, yep, yep. Yeah, they'll be doing tattooing. I think they have the same exact or close to the same exact location that they did last year. Um, but yeah, they're good. And the one of the artists actually did the card art to Jared did the card art to Night of Living Dead. So one of the guys there you'll see.
Oh, cool.
Not sure who. I think this is a combo one. I'm not able to see that there. Should have wore my glasses.
I know. I know it's funny because Bobby Vala got a tattoo on his the first time he
Oh yeah,
did Zolocon. He did.
did he get a
It's like, wow.
Zolo World tattoo?
No, he got his Valaverse V on his wrist right here.
Oh, that's cool.
uh,
No, that's really cool.
yeah. Oh, so here's to the Full More Toys
Maybe also
exclusive
does
for
piercings too. It's tattooing and piercing. Yeah. Uh,
the
yeah,
Legends of
that's it. Yep.
Dragonor
Yep.
Orator.
Mhm.
There we go. So that's the exclusive, and then AFA is going to be there.
AFA
So
is back. Yep.
I never jumped into grading of any kind for a figure. Um, I don't know what that's like, but I know they're there to help out for anyone who does that type of collecting for their collection. So
Yeah. So AFA, Chad and I've known Chad such a long time. When I first started doing cases, I was buying acrylic cases. Now, it wasn't Chad that I was buying them from, but we used to go to Cloud City Collectibles way, way, way back when Cloud City was around. And, there was like Brian's Toys, and I think Brian's Toys still around today, but Cloud City was like the acrylic. They did the acrylics and all, and you would ask for like specific sizes or whatever, and they would do them in Master Universe. But that was one of the reasons why I started doing what I was doing, because like there wasn't really any type of like form fitting things. So
yeah,
that yeah, but they're AFA. Another thing that's really cool about AFA for Zolocon this year, they're one of our sponsors. They've been our sponsor last year too. They're one of our sponsors for the show. So when you go there and as you come into that VIP area, they'll answer any of your questions, but they're going to have like a huge display. So they're going to have like a display case, and they're going to have like all the different things that they offer in that display case that you're going to see. So they're their stuff is, again, they're the longest in the game and the best in the game. I wouldn't take my stuff anywhere else. Like if I was going to get graded things, that's where I'd go. That there's nobody else, in my opinion, that even comes close.
gotcha.
Uh,
Let's see
yeah,
here.
that's
This is
Skeletron.
Skeletron. Is that
Yep,
their 3 3/4 exclusive, or just one of their
that,
figures
they're,
that they're
yeah,
presenting?
that's their 3 3/4 exclusive figure for Zolocon. It's a Zolocon exclusive. That is the Yeti. Yep. And funny enough, we have a drink because Zolocon. One of the things that we do at Zolocon is we try to theme it out even with our alcohol. So we have themed drinks that's going to be part of that. And Ben had actually, Skeletron actually sponsored the cups. So we're going to have exclusive cups. So there's going to be an exclusive cup
Cool.
for. Let's see if I can do this here so you can
I
see
can
it.
help you out.
But there's then you can see it on this side of the guide. Okay, and these are the drinks here. So you can see there's zombie. There is the
Yeti's apple pie vodka
Yeti's apple
fireball.
pie. That's theirs. That's and we wanted to put on there. We even have lychee martinis. Now you've had lychee martinis, right? Before?
I've had lychee. I never had one
Yeah.
as a martini.
Yeah, lychee martini, and we have Grim actually holding it. So it's a Grim the Executioner. But they're all coming with these cups. So like you get a special cup. So this one here, like here the zombie here is going to come with like a green cup. I think it's more glow in the dark, and this is all here, and this is all because of Skeletron. It's all because Ben actually helped us. He wanted to put this together for us. So this is all courtesy of him. But we have the we're not the lychees. Lychees is me. All right, and I'm the lychees,
Okay.
but yeah. So each one of these cups, so you'll get like a cup for each one of these. So when you're coming in, and they're the graphics that would be on there that you have. And then Ben is actually has these tokens too. So you're going to want to stop by, and he'll tell you all about those little tokens right there that he has. While supplies last, I got to say that while supplies last. But because I mean, like a lot of times, like they just move super fast. Like a lot of things happen, and people ask, well, whatever happened to this? It's like, oh, I don't have it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So is this Warrior Beast day one
Yep.
figure
Yep.
exclusive?
That's going to be Snake Man, which is one of our Warrior Beasts here, and he's the debut for this from the factory.
Very cool.
Yep.
And then I think the next one was your the
It's a horse
Necro
and
and the
rider. Yeah.
Grave Runner.
And they all glows. That all glows. And yeah, the tokens will be yeah, the $2 off of that Yeti drink. Okay,
Oh, really?
so yeah, but so yeah, that's the Grave Runner and Necro, and that all glows in the dark there. Yep, but they're again, a lot of this stuff is very very limited, so you're gonna want to get in on that. There you go. There's your Monster Force exclusive. That'll be the exclusive
That's
for the show. Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. I mean, they had, I forgot, it was a translucent figure too. That was an exclusive at Legion's Con. So this other, I forgot who this is, Black Watch Shadow Wraith. That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They come with so much accessories as well. It's really cool to see something like that. So nice to
Yeah.
see another exclusive for the show. Interesting. And what do we have here?
Zombie Sailor. Yep, Zombie Sailor. I haven't seen Zombie in since 2017. I think when he did Zolocon,
Wow.
but he wasn't doing his toys at that time. He was doing vintage toys. So he was getting cartons of vintage toys. He would have like He-Man and Batman and Batman animated and all that stuff, and he would be selling it at the show. So he's a carton fresh. He's like, pull that out of here. And so like, all his stuff has always been like absolutely insane. But it's cool to see this. This is great because he's always been into the wrestling thing. So it's awesome to see him do this.
Like Psychedelic Safari, they've always been with
course.
you guys. Oh no, Bad News.
You know who that is.
Bad News.
Yeah,
I'm reading it wrong.
Great. We all love him. It's great.
Tim, we have Rock Protectors. What is Rock?
Yeah, yep. Rock Protectors. Yep. So he'll be at the show too. He'll be in the VIP section. So that's good. And this is that Skeletron. I think that's Skeletron again, right? What maybe I could be wrong. What is this one?
It's you're basically showcasing Skeletron, Grindstone, and Marauder.
Oh, right. Because they're going to be they're in a mega booth. So as you come up, like as you enter the show in the VIP area, they're going to have a mega booth sitting right there at the entrance. So you'll have, so it's going to be wild. Oh, and by the way, there's ATMs throughout this whole place. There's no running out of money, because I know at the last location they've run out of money within minutes. Well, this one here, I mean, being in the place that we're in, I mean, they don't run out of money. I mean, you have ATMs everywhere around this place, so you're good. You're set. Like anybody that wants to buy things, you're good. If you need to change up yourself, change up money and stuff like that, you can go to the casino and change it up too. As long as you're of age, they won't let you in. If you're,
risky. You can just gamble to make more money. I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Too. I'm not going to say that.
The Kaiju block. I know Seismic Toys, Vampire Robots. Mike is awesome. Mm-hmm. James Groman, Robo 7. They're all going to be there.
Another mega booth. Yeah, they're going to have a mega booth in that section too. And I think some of those guys are the first time I think that it's ever been at Zolocon. So I can't wait. And the cool. Groman's first time. Oh, we all know Bull Airs
coming back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And of course, can't forget the Four Horsemen. They're going to be there as well. Everyone's looking forward to. Well, I know the new wave just recently arrived, and they are shipping them out now. So I know they won't be available for this particular show, but I know they may have some surprises. So that's really cool to look forward to.
Yeah, they are just phenomenal. I mean, like seeing the booth last year, and I think they had the dragon. I think they had the big dragon, right? They had that showing in the thing. So I can't wait to see what they bring this year. They're always full of surprises.
Yeah. I remember because I wasn't a collector of Four Horsemen back in 2018 when I first came to the shows. and seeing the growth, because I knew they only had like from one table to two tables, and then it just grows and grows and grows. And I was just like, this is amazing. And I think I started buying Four Horsemen in like 2020, and it's just snowballed since then.
If you're one of the things I can honestly say about what they do, if you're into like the Masters Universe type things or like anything around that, they've really went they, they've covered everything. I mean, even Aliens now at this point, they have like that cosmic series that they're doing. It's just awesome. Like they're covering everything, which is cool. And they have like all of them are they can play with every one of the other ones. Like you could pull them apart and actually like interchange everything on there. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. And
I mean, we have
see.
that.
I
We
know
have that
we've
availability.
seen the
but in
Grindstone,
retro. Yep.
Robo 7, Ken, we did that, and James. Toy Reaper is going to be a vendor there as well. Toy
Yep.
Reaper is
Toy Reaper
everywhere,
is
man.
going to be there.
He has some great stuff to offer all the time.
He does. Yeah, no, he does. He has some another one that you just never know what you're going to find. Just never know what you're going to find in this booth.
Absolutely. And this was a surprise. Zenescope is going to be there. Zenescope is actually a local publisher, so it's cool to
Yes.
see some comic book representation from an independent comic publisher.
And yes, so they started last year. We tried, I think, when we were at the old location, but it was really difficult. But they were actually closer to the old location. But being in the convention center format just changes everything. You have more, you have a lot more real estate that you could play with, and that's half of it there when you're actually a vendor trying to do things for these shows.
Right.
Oh yeah, there we go. This is cool. He has some really neat stuff.
Adam Ant Toys, Zolocon exclusive for this custom O-ring War Pig. That's really crazy. That's crazy to see.
Very, very awesome stuff. Yeah.
3 3/4, of course. So I mean, O-rings, man. That's our childhood. This is just. It's cool to see stuff like this, that people are still continuing this scale of figures.
And O-rings at that. That's great.
So that was the end of the Instagram post and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff to look forward to at the show. The show is on mainly Saturday the 28th, Sunday March the 1st. It's going to be an incredible weekend. There's absolutely a lot to do, of course, especially for where it's going to be located at. As the showrunner, I know there's a lot of moving parts with this. Like, is there really something that you're excited about that's going to occur, or that you're looking forward to? Because this is your second year at this location, and I know it's always showtime. When it's showtime, you're going to hope everything goes well. So what are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to a pre-show on Friday. I think this is a great opportunity for fans to actually, interact earlier to, get their passes and everything else and check out the show. I think that's a huge plus this year that we didn't do last year. We have our toy release party that's happening Saturday night that we're going to be doing with, we have the Night of the Living Dead and the Lincoln Monsters crew there. We're going to be, there'll be like dinner there and stuff like that we're going to have. Like it's an RSVP event. It's and then at the end of that, there's going to be a get together at the Valley Tavern on the other side of Stardust, and that's going to be put on. And it's about really getting the communities together, like I said before. And we wanted places to do this, and they also have a comedy club at the. They have a comedy club here. So right underneath Valley Tavern, there's a comedy club as well. So, people can explore. That was the big thing, is to be able to explore and check out. But another exciting thing for us is we have a huge announcement at the Zolo World booth. So if you get a chance when you're going through, you'll see what we're going to be showcasing as our coming soon stuff. We have a lot of things to announce that's coming. This is always exciting for me. The entire show is exciting. I want to check out like a lot of the vintage booths because I want to see like what our guys are bringing. We have a lot of first time people this year that's coming in wanting to check out the show. So we have people from Ohio. We have Star Pop. I don't even think I think it's been announced, but it was a long time ago. But Star Pop is another one from Ohio that does really a lot of amazing vintage stuff as well. So you'll see that all of our vintage, a lot of our we have exclusives for this. Seeing the Night of the Living Dead cast with their action figures. I like to see their reactions when they're looking over, signing their stuff. Seeing Dave Groman, I think would be cool. And then we have Ken Young over at the Chicken Fried Toys booth. I want to see him because I think that's really awesome. There's a lot of things that are going on. Oh, and also Monster Force. I'd like to check out what they have, and Skeletron, and Valaverse. Stopping by the toy department, obviously, because I wanted to check out their stuff. Every booth, every single booth at this show, like I want to check out. I want to go to because it's that what's really crazy is this, that as we speak right now, we have about 130 people that want to be part of the show at this point right now. So they're backup, right? So these people want to be part of Zolocon. And so we've been, kind of mulling over a few ideas and seeing what we're going to be able to do. But so we're hoping to be able to build another aspect of the show eventually to show, like for the people that want to, go and see the bins, the people that want to dig, and you know what I mean? Like you have it in this show, obviously you're going to have it on, for what we have now. But a lot more higher end. Like, I don't know, like you notice that here is that like people like the toy department and Time Warp collectibles and those other guys, there's a lot of high end stuff. Like when you see it, and these are things that you would be opening up an old toy magazine and looking in there and go, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I'm actually looking straight at that right here. Black Star Ice Castle in the box. That is one. 3 of them in the show. 2 Eternia play sets. There was a flag, I think, last year. I was like, wow, how'd you get that in here? Kenner Alien. There was 2 Kenner Aliens in the box. There was 3 blanks. We had one. We sold it. I got another blank that's coming in this year, so I'm going to be bringing in blank. I got a lot of AFA figures that I'm bringing that are Vintage Masters Universe, some Warrior Beasts that I'm going to bring as well. So Zolo World is going to be showcasing vintage toys as well as our own stuff and the exclusives. So we wanted to kind of build that aspect, and eventually we'll have some comics in there too, some CGC graded comics and stuff like that, Pokemon cards. But eventually we're trying to build in an aspect even with us at Zolo World to have this. But we're doing it slowly. It's like a slow kind of movement to do it because obviously there's so much going on at the event as it is. So we wanted to, give everybody that opportunity to, you'll see our stuff, but then you have so many other people in the show, you know what I mean? Like that has just amazing things. And I know I'm going to be looking around. I know a lot of other people are. We even have Mark Huckabone, that's going to be here as well. So he's the, he was in like Comic Book Men. He was in Toy Hunter. He's on Collector's Call.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen him, but he's
Mm-hmm.
a good friend of mine. But he's going to be set up there too, and he's going to be actually in the front area as well when people are actually going and shopping around, like that pre VIP area type thing where people are trying to look for toys and all. So we do have plans for the future to expand the show. We're already 60,000 square feet. There's no flat spots. I said this before. 400 plus tables. We are to capacity in this in where we're at. But the idea is Expansion is going to happen. We're just going to see like where we want to go with it. But it's something that we're definitely we have plans.
That's awesome. That's
So
really cool.
there's a lot of cool stuff we have
Yeah,
we have planned for.
and and that's what's so great about it, especially for doing it as a whole weekend, because you can't get. I'm sure you could get as much as possible for one day, but going 2 days, you're gonna. I'm sure you'll get a maximum amount of everything to walk through everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, granted, I went through what we had on your Instagram. I know we missed many, many other vendors that are going to be there, and by all means, every vendor will have their time to shine when it is showtime, because they're going to have quite a bit of stuff, and that's the joy of going to toy shows like this. You get to go to all these tables and vendors.
I just remembered one other one too. There's a Pop Culture Connection that is also going to be at the show, and he's also from the Pittsburgh area, and he's never come out in this area. So it's another guy too that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's like 3 or 4 other. There's so many other vendors that's going to be here that we haven't even announced on our Instagram. So we're trying to just keep up. But sorry, you were saying?
No, you're good, because it's variety. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be the same thing over and over again. Your vendors are there's just huge variety of everything that you can and it's for any type of collector, and that's what's so cool about it. Like even the ones that we didn't talk about, when you get to go to the show and you see what's there, what they have to offer, it's just every table is going to be different. Everyone's
super high end vintage.
Yeah,
super.
man.
Energized, super high charge vintage, like energized. It's awesome. Like there's no the class of vintage for this. I think, and I am a toy collector that looks for this type of thing. Like I have been, if there's something I'm looking for, and I always take a look and say, okay, well, this is what I would like to see, and we have it. We have it not only once but multiple times for this.
Multiple times.
So this is something that like has been. So if you're a vintage collector, a high-end vintage collector, it's here. Like you want to be at this show. It's unlike anything that's around this area. Like anything around, you won't find it at Fan Expo or even New York Comic Con. I set up at New York Comic Con for 10 years, and I can tell you, I love New York Comic Con. It's an awesome pop culture event. It's a massive pop culture event. But if you're in for vintage toys, and I know. As collectors, that where you want to be.
No, the more intimate settings like this is where you're going to find what you're looking for, and that's cool. Matt Farino actually popped up. I forgot. He said Pixel Dan. I completely overlooked
Pixel Dan. Yes, Pixel Dan, of course. Yeah, he's going to be at the show too. Yeah, Pixel Dan. I almost forgot. Yeah, he was another one too. I was surprised when I heard. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, this is great.
That's cool. So I noticed in the map, Dan Larson and Pixel Dan they're going to have their own table, and they're going to be there, or they're just going to peruse around just like everybody else, or they actually have a spot, or they're going to do something. Okay.
They're going to be at. If you look up on the map, there's an area that goes. Let's see if I could pull this up.
I want to say it's to the left.
It's like over. Yeah. It'll be off to the left, and they should be. See, I don't have my glasses. Where it's saying Night of the Living Dead here on mine, it would just be above that. So they're like right in here, but they're next to each other too. But yeah, they have tables. They're gonna have tables in the show. I think Pixel Dan has 2 books. I think he has 2 books available right now, and then Dan Larson. I'm not sure if Dan is bringing anything or not. I believe he does. I'm just trying to think of but yeah, they're all in the VIP area. Yes, they're all in the VIP area, so you'll get a chance to see them too. So as people come in the show and they're waiting, it's going to be up to the left, but you'll have the whole VIP area where you'll be able to see everybody in, and that's like our VIPs. And then once the show opens up, then we'll have the whole show floor. But it's something that we wanted to do for people, just to get the show going for them. and for them to actually see like, stuff's going to be around.
So there was a question in the chat that um it I maybe it's a common question because your Friday pre-show is not, this is the second time you're doing a Friday pre-show if I'm not mistaken. But the question was, will vendors be selling on Friday? And I know not all vendors will participate on that, but are there any rules for Friday for the VIP people that are coming in that have that Friday pass? Is there anything that they should look out for that they can't do or can do?
Um, the show starts at 5 for them, but no, they're good. Just what we plan on doing is that come to us at reception. We'll get you your toy. Like my suggestion is that come in at 4:45 if you can. If it's 5, just try not to come in at 4 because we're still like setting up stuff. But yes, to answer the questions, vendors will have stuff available on Friday because the vendors are already prepped for that Friday pre-show. So yes, you're going to see vendors. Will everybody be set up? I'm going to say that about 75 to 80% of vendors will be set up, maybe even 90%. There's some people that they're not able to get it there for that, so they'll be coming in on Sunday. But yes, before all that. But yes, if you're in, the whole idea for this is that we have so many people that asked us this question about, can I come in Friday? Let me come in during setup. Let me come in during setup. And we don't do that. That's one of our big rules that we don't do. We don't allow people to come in during setup unless if you're a vendor. It's something that we've been doing since in session at Zolo World and Zolocon. We didn't want to be able to do that. Now, this is the second year we've done it, but we didn't do it last year. Not at the casino. We did it at the Fuge, the very last Fuge event. Oh no, the February Fuge event we did. And this is the first time at this location we're doing it. But yes, everybody that is coming in, the idea is you are an ultimate VIP. You are able to come to this show. You're able to shop around, check it out. Be the first to come to the show to shop around. If you're coming in Saturday, that's awesome too. I mean, you still have the show starts at 9:30. You know what I mean? The general admission's at 11. But pre-register, okay, to avoid any of those lines, because once you get that badge, once you get your stuff all set up, you don't have to do that again. That's done. So now you're in the show. Take off all the stress, take off all the things. I know for myself, and anybody can tell you this that's ever around me, when I go to a show and I have to get all this stuff, it freaks me out. It freaks me out, man. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I wanted to get this taken care of for everybody one day in advance, so they don't have to jump into a massive line. Now, not to say that Friday is not going to be a massive line, because we have a lot of people signed up for that Friday. But I would say that you're going to want to, if you're going to want to get that ticket. Like, I think that's the way to go. And again, Friday is the only day that Ultimate VIP will be available at the show. On Saturday, Ultimate VIPs, you're not going to be able to get an Ultimate VIP. And another thing too, if you're paying with credit card, you're going to want to buy it online. To speed the lines through, we do this for cash, because doing the stuff with credit cards and PayPal and all that stuff, it's just it causes a lot of stir and a lot of problems. Even though we have staff, our staff is set up to move the line forward. We want everybody to have a great experience, and in order for us to do that, it's just, if you're going to purchase, by credit card, purchase it online. Like, it's the easiest way. Use the website, purchase it, come into the show, and do it that way. 220 on February 20th, we're actually changing the prices of all the ticketing. So you're going to want to take advantage of the discounts now to get in before that. So they're going to go up a little bit on the pricing, and we wanted everybody to take advantage of that, even with the action figures, the extra action figures, and any of that. So we don't. And again, we won't accept. We're not able to accept credit cards at the show. So you're going to want to do it on the website. So we'll probably have like a QR code or something there that you'll be able to scan to get you on the website and purchase that. But we always recommend people doing that in advance. If you're going to use a credit card, you're going to want to do that. And yeah, I mean, the place is filled with ATMs, so it wouldn't be a problem to even do that if you need to do it that way. But yeah. So to answer the question, yes, there's going to be vendors available on Friday. Most of the vendors will be there. If you're there for vintage toys, I would suggest be there on Friday because you're going to be the first to get the good stuff. So that's what everybody's going to want to do. And again, our during setup, one of our big rules, and we've always done this, and I've said this before, and people know this through my Facebook also because we always make these statements. There is a there's a number of people that come in or try to come in during setup on Friday, and we're not able to, we register everybody. Everybody is registered already to be there, like any of the vendors. So they register their helpers. So we're not able to, if you're not registered, we can't have you come in Friday. Like that's just the bottom line. I regardless of whatever the situation, if you're not a registered guest or registered person into this, we'll turn people away. We have to at this point because of the amount of people that actually pay for the event and the amount of people that support the event. So, and that's, and it's something that we'll be saying moving forward and doing that as we get closer to the show. But I could say there's so much going on for this. There's so much going on. There's like the amount of vendors, the amount of exclusives. I'm just excited. I just can't wait. This is the show. Like if you're a collector, this is where you're going to want to be.
I agree. It's the first show of the year, and it's always like the biggest one that I always enjoy going to. So that's the huge draw for me, especially with the new location, all the new vendors coming in, all the new toy companies coming in. It'll be incredible, and I can't wait to participate in this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you, Mike, for being here with me. I appreciate you joining me on this Sunday, where I typically do my live streams every weekend. So having you here, it's a different change of pace, but it's always good because I love learning about stuff that's out of my realm, but I enjoy the space. You know what I mean? And I appreciate your insight and how you run your show, and the expectations as well as the announcements that are coming to Zolocon. Absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait to participate in that. I appreciate you having your time with me. So thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you doing this. This is awesome. And anytime anybody has any questions, or if you have a question about anything, just let me know if I'm able to answer it. I mean, if it's to do with vintage toys or knockoffs, that's my big thing. Is I'm a big knockoff collector. I've always been one to get like the old Speclatrons or Flexitrons, Remco figures, Monsters of the Galaxy or Galaxy Warriors, Galaxy Fighters. Any of that stuff has always been a thing, and I've been huge into that. I obviously a Masters Universe collector. Don't know much as I used to anymore because after collecting the new the knockoff stuff for as long as I have, it's just they all mishmash into one thing.
Sure.
But be sure to check out the booth if you get a chance. We'll have some things that are going to be just unique and awesome, and we'll have exclusives. We have a huge announcement to be making there at the event, so I think that's really cool. And again, get a chance to check out everybody's booth. You never ever know what you're going to find. I mean, I was shocked to go to one of the booths last year and find something that it was a 12-inch action figure. And I'm not really a 12-inch action figure collector, but I found a 12-inch figure that I didn't think I was going to be able to find. So I was like, wow, this is really cool. And it was well priced. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? This is cool. I'll get this. And it was odd. It was one of the collector, one of the vendor booths that didn't have a name other than like a I don't remember what the booth name. It's something exchange. It wasn't
Okay.
Toy Exchange. It was just something local. It was like a local exchange company or something. And I was shocked to see what they had. They said, "Oh yeah, I guess that they must have reached out to Krista." And she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you in. We'll check it out." And I was shocked to
Yes.
see what they had. So it even had like store displays of like Millennium Falcon, right? A huge store
Oh,
display.
that's
And I'm
cool.
like, how do you even like what you just don't know, you just never ever know what you're going to find. And it's really crazy. We had another
Yeah.
guy that sells Tomlin's 3 3/4 inch action figures, and he had 8 inch carded Tomlin action figures, which is like ridiculously rare. And I said to him, wow, this is really cool. And he's like, you're the only show that I do. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, that's it. I came here. I've been coming here for years, and this is the first time I wanted to be a vendor here. And he ended up selling like 2 or 3 of those Tomlins. And
Wow.
I mean, they were high. They were in the several $1,000 mark. So it's cool to see that type of things moving at this show. It's awesome.
Yeah. See, that's why. Those are absolutely good reasons of
Yeah.
finding things at tables that you would never thought you'd see before. Oh, especially
Yeah.
especially if I was a kid, um, something that I haven't seen when I was a kid that I just was out of my mind. But when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, I do remember that. I remember that toy. I had it as a kid. Is unbelievable. And it just, that impulse buy that makes you just be like, oh my God, that's something that once was a favorite toy of mine in the past that I completely forgot about is now mine again. It's the coolest thing, weirdest thing. That's what I love these toy shows, digging around, finding stuff for this. So yes, absolutely. Take advantage by checking out every table. You never know what you're going to find. This is what Zolocon is all about, because there's, outside of retro and modern, you will find something. You will always find something, and you will meet people. You will meet a lot of people, create friendships out of this, because you are with like-minded people that enjoy the same stuff as you. It is such a fun time when you come to these shows.
Community. It's about the community. It's about bringing everybody together, and that's really what we want to do. We see a lot of people traveling, like I said, from all over the United States, all over the world to come here, and it is just a unique experience, and it's something very, very, very fun. And we want to just continuously make that even more and more and more, recognized and more fun as the years go by. And we have a
Right.
lot of plans. There's a lot of awesome plans that we have in store. It's people like you guys to make it what it is. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you, and people like you. This has been a thrill to put on every single time. It's tough. We did a lot of the juggling to do, but it's always awesome to see everything come together, like I said before, and have everybody come out and support this. Because again, it's because of you guys and our vendors why we're able to do what we do today. It really is. It's awesome.
Right. That's great. So, guys, I leave you to it. Make sure you buy your tickets before February 20th. And of all things, I hope you guys can make it to the show. It is definitely a great show to go to. I highly recommend it. If you want any, background of what the show can entail, you can check out my playlist of Zolocon videos. I did make a playlist because I think I have like 6 or 8 videos of just Zolocon itself. So definitely check those out. You can see what it's all about. This is again the second year of being here, so it's still new territory, and we're just gonna have some fun here. So, Mike,
Yep.
again, thank you so much. Everyone in the chat, I appreciate you being here. Thank you guys for being here during this live stream, being in the chat, speaking out. I hope you guys can share this video, let everyone know about Zolocon. Make sure you hit that like button so that way YouTube can do its thing and bring this video up as well. I greatly appreciate you again for being here. As far as it goes, do you have any last words, Mike?
No, that's good. I just say Zolocon.com, and yeah, we're as far as, like I said, the entrance, we are accepting cash the day of, but as far as credit cards, just go to Zolocon.com. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Art. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. This has been fun.
Great. Thank you guys again. I leave you to it. Hope to see you guys soon, and hope to see you on the next hunt.
Cool. See you.